Hi, my name's Bobby Dietz, and in this video, we're going to talk about how to offer a free trial properly. A trial can be a very effective strategy to get prospects trying your products and ultimately help convert them into customers. And trial gets a bad rap because of a negative option. In this whole video and article is about how to avoid negative option and do trial right. For those of you not familiar, negative option is just a implied opt-in. So people aren't given proper notice that they will be rebilled after the trial ends in 14, 30 days. They get billed and they get upset. So how do you use trial to your advantage and get it to get more prospects into customers? And this is not about free plus shipping. That is a totally different strategy and not a trial the way it needs to be. That's more of a discount month one, which I'll make in a separate video, how to effectively offer that. This video is just about offering a free trial. As a brand owner and person considering offering a trial, the first thing you need to ask yourself is, do I want more prospects trying, sampling my product? Or would I rather have more or less paying customers right from the get? So it's just an overall strategy decision that you need to make, because in trial, you're gonna get a lot of prospects, people trying the product, and they might not end up rebilling, successfully staying on or buying the product, keeping it. Whereas if you offer a straight sale, people pay right away and there's no mystery about whether the customers are gonna sample it or not. They just know they wanna buy it. There's three things to consider if you're gonna offer a trial is, do you have impressive retention and low churn on your product? The second is the product really high quality? And the third is if you can refund 50% of the cost to customer and still either break even or make money. Those are the three things that you need to offer a trial and have it be really successful. Because if you know your churn is low and customer satisfaction is high, it's a good product, then all you've got to do is get the product into an interested party's hands and they're gonna love it. So think about your product honestly if it's something that falls into those three qualifications, and then consider trial seriously. So there's two different company types, software as a service SaaS or a consumer good. If you have a SaaS product and you're not offering a free trial for even 7 days, you really have got to do that, because people just don't even have to enter a credit card. They can just start trying the product, and then ultimately, if they don't like it, they just stop using it. MailChimp's a good example of a company that offers basically the platform for free up to 2,000 subscribers and a threshold of emails sent, because they know that if they can just get you using their system and they're knowledgeable about their infrastructure and the whole list and all the data from sending all the emails, that you're gonna start paying when it's time to start paying. And they're not even like a SaaS company the same way a lot of different software as a service companies are. I mean, they're just a ESP. So think about if you're a software company seriously offering a free trial, because it's not like there's anything at risk. It's not like you're sending them hard good. It's just a software and they have access or they don't. If you own a consumer good product and do not offer monthly recurring revenue, it's really something you've got to consider about whether you want to do a trial. Your rebill percentage has got to be in excess of probably 80-85% to make sure that you make money or at least break even. Otherwise, you're just having to initiate a remarketing campaign to get the lifetime value up. A monthly recurring revenue MRR strategy allows you to float the cost of a customer and essentially make money on month 2 or 3 with a level of certainty at scale. So if you do 1,000 transactions and you know you break even at 2.5 months, well, I can even pay more for my CPA because average retention is 6 months. So now I can pay, maybe where I was paying $40 per customer, I can pay $60 or $70 or $80 per customer, because I know that after month 4.5, I'm gonna make money. And then I'm gonna get at least a month or two after that I'm gonna continue to make more money. This is why you see affiliate offers so many times that have a CPA that's paid out well in excess of the cost to customer, sometimes 50 to 100% over the cost to customer, because they have a continuity program and they know that over the long term, they're gonna end up making money. The CPA, when you're running trial, needs to be considered very seriously though. It's not the number of trials divided by traffic cost, because there are pre-rebill cancellations. So, and the rebill is a trial. Let's say you just pay shipping for $3 or $4, or maybe you offer no shipping cost and it's totally free. All you have to do is enter a credit card. I'll talk about the advantages and disadvantages of that in a minute. But some of those people, before they get rebilled, which is the trial ends in 14 days and then they pay, or the trial ends in 30 days and then they hit their credit card for the total amount that they're supposed to pay. Some people are going to cancel within that time frame. And if you have 100 trials that you sold and 30 of them canceled, the CPA, the traffic cost, gets split between those 70 people, and that's your real CPA. It's not all 100. That's a big mistake that a lot of people make in figuring out their numbers of what it costs to get a prospect in. A lot of people running trial will just take their total number of sales or CPA conversions and divide it by their traffic cost, and that's not going to be the way that you're going to end up screwing your numbers up, pushing traffic at scale, and then figuring out, oh my goodness, my cost for traffic to acquire these prospects is much, much higher than I thought. So just be careful with that. Then you have to be mindful of the fact that your traffic cost is not the only expense attached to a rebill. It's just like any other way of running a business, except the customer contact amount is much higher in trial because customers got hit with a bill that maybe they weren't planning on because they didn't hit a button that said buy right now like they would in straight sale. So they call or they send a message or they send an email. So the touch points, the touch count is a lot higher in trial. So those expenses are higher and you have to account for those because this is a unique way of buying traffic and you have to be prepared for those increased expenses when you're deciding the overall customer acquisition cost, because those increased costs do count against. So you have to add up all the trials minus the pre-rebill cancellations, minus the shipping cost, the packaging cost, maybe the product cost, and take that number and the total traffic cost divided by that is going to give you your real customer acquisition cost. Any increased expenses associated directly with trial need to be added in and attached directly to the customer acquisition cost. Because if you sell a trial and then you rebill them, then they're a customer, all those increased expenses should be attached to the trial because they're unique to trial. Not every time you buy something straight sale are you calling 2 weeks later with, hey, why did I get billed? That never happens. That happens in trial. So be mindful of those increased expenses. So you have to remember that tracking doesn't start and stop at the conversion. The customer journey, getting someone to buy, is just a small part of it. You have to track them all the way through to the lifetime of their experience with the brand and how their phone calls and messages and cancellations and refunds and satisfaction or dissatisfaction affect the profitability. So if you have customers that you're selling on trial for 4 months and on the 4th rebill, a lot of people start getting refunded for the 4th month and the 3rd month, that's a big problem. But you have to ask yourself, when did we acquire that customer and what strategy did we use back then? Oh, we created a brand new website and our disclosures were not that good. Man, that's the website's fault. We need to change that disclosure and then our rebills will go up again. Or perhaps we stopped sending email warnings that we were going to be billing people and they were still on their membership and people are upset because they weren't warned before they got billed. We need to start sending those emails again. You need to track every touch point to really understand the profitability and success of a campaign. It's not just, this is what we spend on traffic, these are the rebills, let it fly, scale it up. It's every little detail of what people do to find out whether something is working and profitable or it's just a cash flow feature. Because those are very different. You know, if you're profitable, it means one thing, but if you're just running on cash flow, which a lot of businesses do, it's not necessarily going to be a long-term strategy. If you're in that situation where you're not really sure if you're profitable or not and you're not tracking properly, call me, DM me, leave a comment, I'll reach out to you. We can get you dialed with exactly what you're looking at and how to calculate the numbers, what figures are important. It's not that hard. You just have to know what to look at and you have to make sure you're tracking everything. If you want to offer trial as a landing page offer, you need a unique landing page from your overall website. This is a special offer. There's another video I've made about unique landing pages, which I'll link below. And you can see in that video that there's different disclosures that you can put. You can test a lot more easily, but really it's a true direct response landing page where you're just getting prospects to convert and get the product. So That's the goal if you have cold traffic. Now, you don't have to offer trial as cold traffic. And honestly, for a lot of brands, I wouldn't recommend just jumping in and hitting trial hardcore on Facebook. What you really want to do, in my opinion, the best thing to do is offer it to all your abandoned carts. Anybody who almost bought that product but just decided not to. Why didn't they buy? I don't know. Maybe they just got busy. Their kids woke up and they had to run away, or they were at work and their boss came by, or they got too tired. I mean, who knows? You don't know why they didn't buy it. It doesn't have to always be the price point. But if you hit them with one email that reminds them, or message that says, hey, you forgot to buy, make sure you check out. And then you hit them with a 15% more off. Then maybe you hit them after that with a 30% off. And then you hit them with the third or fourth or fifth email that says, okay, I get it, you're not sure. How about we offer the product to you for free for 21 days and you only pay $3.95 for shipping, or just enter your credit card and we won't charge you anything. You could just try the product, and if you don't like it, call us. Also, by the way, our refund policy is 30 to 60 days. So really, it doesn't even matter if we rebill you and you pay for the product. If you're not happy, you're getting your money back, because a lot of refund policies are 30 or 60 days. So it's something to keep in mind also. Taking advantage of these abandoned carts with a trial is, in my opinion, again, the best way to leverage trial and just get the product into their hands. Especially, like I said earlier, if you have a good product, people are going to like it. And if they almost bought it, all you have to do is get it in their hands. I mean, think about if it's a sweatshirt company and you decide that this sweatshirt just needs to be worn and people will get it. The chances of the lifetime value, those people coming back in 8 months next winter season, or I don't know, 2 years from now, is pretty high. They had the sweatshirt, they like the sweatshirt, they follow you on social now. All right, I'll come back. Just get it in their hands. If you don't, it's much more difficult. You have to engage the remarketing campaign. So leverage the abandoned carts. And what you really need to ask yourself is, am I leveraging my abandoned carts the best I possibly can? If I'm just sending one automatic email that says, hey, you forgot to check out, that's not gonna do it, man. This is somebody who you almost got their credit card out of their wallet. Now get them to follow through on that for any cost. It's the best thing to do. You're gonna make the most out of your traffic cost for that. There are 2 ways to offer these trials. The first is to just let them try the product for no money. All they have to do is enter their credit card, and then you put a pre-authorization on their credit card for something like $1 or the full rebill amount. I do not recommend having a large pre-authorization. It's gonna sit on their statement as pending the whole time during the trial, and people are gonna call you and they're gonna say, hey, you guys hit my card, I want my money back. And then they have to say, no, I didn't hit your card, it's just a pre-authorization, you won't be billed, you can still cancel. And then guess what they do, because they're on the phone with the customer service rep? They try to cancel. Plus the customer service call is gonna cost you $1, maybe more. I really just recommend the $1 pre-auth, because they'll get it and you can disclose that on the checkout page. After the trial ends, then you rebill them the full amount. We're gonna talk about along the way what to do to make sure that your rebill rates are good, and then how to defend against people that aren't happy after the second point here, which is to charge them for the trial. But just the shipping. Now, you can charge them $3.95, I recommend, and then also separately on the checkout page, adding $1 in as a separate charge for handling. That'll just get you another $1 and no one's gonna be upset about it, and you get to advertise the $3.95 trial in whatever medium you choose. A very effective way of getting people to understand that they're entering their credit card. You now know that it's a real credit card, it's not a prepaid card, or certainly don't take MasterCard. It's a great way to get people to put something up. They have skin in the game. They're really gonna give the product a real thought. They know that they did pay money to get the product. And if you do it right, they're gonna also be expecting to get rebilled in 14 or 30 days for the full amount. This is very different than straight sale, but it can come out to the same amount of money. You know, if you have $50 as a straight sale offer and you offer $5 for shipping and you rebill $45, it's the same amount. It's all about what your traffic cost is to acquire this prospect or customer. Customer satisfaction ratio is the priority for people offering trial. They just wanna make sure that people who get rebilled aren't upset about it. There's a lot of defensive measures you can take to improve your CSR. You just need to make sure that you're actually doing them and they are successful. If you send emails out, let's say it's a 14-day trial and you send an email out on day 8, how's it going? You like the product? Day 12, hey, we're gonna rebill you, just wanted to make sure you got a heads up on that. And then the day before, you say, okay, you're getting billed tomorrow, just wanna make sure that everything's okay, please expect it. then they get billed, and then they call and they say, hey, I didn't know I was gonna get billed. And you say, well, we sent you 3 emails warning you that you were gonna get rebilled. If you're not happy, we can give you 10 or 15% off. Typically that's gonna do it. But again, as we talked about earlier, if you can take it all the way down to 50% and break even, or not lose money to get a customer happy or happier, you're gonna be in a much better position, because you don't want them mad, then they're never coming back. If you could just say, oh, sorry, that wasn't clear, here's some money back, please, try us again or something else. And sometimes you can even upsell them like, hey, I'm sorry about that. How about we send you some socks for free? You keep the pants, we'll keep the money, and we'll send you something else like socks or a hat or whatever the product is, because the product cost is so much lower than the customer acquisition cost. Just try and throw product at them, you're always gonna be way better off. Decline salvage needs to be leveraged to its fullest. 8, 9 attempts over a couple months is even a good idea. It's basically taking people's card and hitting it again for the amount that they did not successfully rebill. If people don't have enough money in their account, maybe they will next week. I highly recommend setting your decline salvages on Friday. A lot of people get paid on Friday, so it gives you your best chance to get that money out of the customer. Make sure you send shipping with tracking. No matter what, people are gonna say, I never got the package, and then you hand them the tracking number and you say, well, it's sent to your address, so pretty sure you got it, shows as delivered. That stops them cold in their tracks. If you have any other recommendations on how to run a trial or different ideas of things to do that can be successful, leave it in the comments below. My name's Bobby Dietz from Attention Agency. Make sure you like and subscribe to this video. We're putting out educational videos like this all the time. And if you need something custom tailored to your business, we can do an audit, which would basically analyze all your digital marketing as it is now, show you what's right, what's wrong, and what's possible. We do it all the time. Sometimes we find nothing, and sometimes we find some pretty egregious errors, and we're happy to do that for you for free. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you soon. Hi, I'm Bobby Dietz with Attention Agency. Thanks for watching this video. Make sure you hit the follow button. We're putting out educational videos like this every week. If you'd like something custom tailored to your company or brand, you can click the link below and we'll do a free audit of all your digital marketing campaigns. Thanks for paying attention.